I will say this, Kirby, as Kirby Smart has joined us. As far as president, you have a better job now. So
no question.
You wouldn't want that.
That's the same thing the president told me.
Yeah. And he'd rather be there. He'd rather be there, Coach in Georgia, too. Kirby Smart joining us here. Always great to see you, my friend. We talked in the offseason, your love for lottery tickets, storing up ping pong balls to give yourselves a better chance to be successful. How's this team been at storing up ping pongs to try to be successful?
They've done well. They have done everything we've asked. And when you start looking at it, you build on little small moments. And we've been trying to win the now all week. Just win that moment, just that one moment. And every moment's a ping pong ball. So we're trying to put as many of them in there as we can.
You look at this football team, you and I visited yesterday, but for fans to see, you were a team that had an identity 2 years ago, last year, and this year. What have you learned about this team that you're really starting to appreciate?
Oh, I appreciate the resiliency. We have a small leadership group, and I try to talk to them each week. And each week I've told them, I said, this team is taking on this identity of believing that they can win any game, especially in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Resiliency has been the trait that showed up the most. We've trailed in some games, and there's been no flinch out of them.
Yeah.
You should take this in. It's pretty cool.
I don't hear that.
You need to, because you've done a lot here that has been fantastic. And when you have as much success as you've had, it can probably become a little bit difficult for your guys to keep everything in perspective. Yesterday on my show, you said, I want guys that aren't seeking recognition, but are seeking contact. You want dogs on your team. How have you been able to continue to find the right guys for your roster as the success has gone crazy for your program?
Yeah, I don't know that you find the right ones all the time as much as you do create that culture of your practice habits. And our kids have bought into the Bloody Tuesday and how we practice Wednesday. And they learned that from the older guys. You know, one of them's going to be on here in a little while. But when they learn from those guys, they carry on that tradition. And as you get older, you buy into that culture.
Coach, I'm going to do a tape later in the show about your defense. How would you describe the personality of your defense?
Aggressive, fun. They fly to the ball, create havoc. It's one of those things we probably don't have the same havoc rate we've had in years past, but they love to play the game. They're passionate about it. They adjust to things well. We can adjust to things in game. They have Schumer's done a great job creating an encyclopedia of adjustments that we can throw at people when we have to.
Speaking of that defense, you got Jackson Dart, you got Lane Kiffin, you got an offense that is aggressive, up-tempo. You're used to it. Biggest concern or challenges that your defense faces today?
The tempo. I mean, Lane's going to come at us, try to get a lot of plays in. He wants to hit 100 plays if he can.
Yep.
So he's going to do everything he can to go fast, create chaos. He does a great job of doing that. They wear you down and attack you physically with the run game. So we got to be up for that task.
Let's go on the offense here. Carson Beck, your quarterback's awesome. He has a calf tat, I think a leg tat.
It's a whole sleeve.
I love everything about that.
Yeah.
But he's come in now, obviously, back-to-back national championships. A lot of pressure on his shoulders to continue to carry the program. What have you seen him kind of develop in through the season, and where do you think he can still potentially go?
Cool hand Luke, man. He's just like this. You know, he never gets real high. He never gets real low. He keeps doing the right things, making good decisions. He leads that group. There's a lot of confidence among the offensive line with Carson. There's a lot of confidence with the receivers with Carson. He's got a great rapport with the backs. So it's one of those deals that you feel comfortable with the guy that's done it for as long as he's done it.
You win another natty, you get that same leg tat that your quarterback has?
We're worried about Ole Miss right now.
Okay, all right.
Coach, you just mentioned receivers. We did a feature on Ladd McConkey. Tell me what he brings to the offense, what he brings to the team. I think he's just the ultimate football player when I watch him play.
Yeah, he's the classic overachiever, right? All people all talk about Ladd not being able to do this, not being able to do that his whole life. Yeah. I mean, the guy's the classic guy that comes in, outworks everybody. He was on the scout team for a freshman year, and then he's had injuries this year, so he's got a new appreciation for what it means to be able to go out and play the game. When you get that taken away for a little while, exactly. It's like, man, I got to make the most of these moments. And he's done that. He's such a great kid, great leader.
Speaking about taking things away, you guys have never had your full complement. Ladd McConkey, Brock Bowers, the back's healthy. What's the opportunity of possibly finally seeing that tonight if Brock can come back and play?
Well, that's what we hope. I don't know if he'll be 100%, but he's done a good job during the week working towards the benchmarks he's got to do. We'll see how he is a game-time decision. I still don't know that we'll be 100%. We're hoping to get Mims back. So with those things happening, we're getting closer on offense to where we need to be.
Yeah. Teams that won championships like you guys have, peak at the right times. Kirby, good luck tonight. Always great to see you. Thanks for being with us. Here's Kirby Smart. Head coach of the number 2 team in the country now, but maybe number 1 in the not-too-distant future.
Give me something.